Hey guys, it's Mrs. Beatty. This week we are going to be working on writing and solving multiplication problems that are story problems. So, what's going to be really fun is today you guys are going to write story problems and then Zoe's whining. Can you stop, please? We're trying to do math. Thank you. Okay, so as I was saying, today you guys are going to be writing your story problems and then I'm going to collect them all. We're going to trade and then you guys are going to solve each other's word problems. So what I want you guys to do before you get started is just brainstorm some ideas that you might want your story problems to be about, things that either you've solved in the past or you like. So I know we can use some brownies. We can think about multiplication, things that when you multiply, you have more of them together, like 5 times 7 is 5 groups of 7. So what would you want a lot of? We wouldn't want to write a story problem that didn't make sense with what we're describing. So if I look, I have 14 times 8 and 9 times 12. So those are both bigger numbers. So I want to make sure my story problems make sense. So I can talk about flowers. Zoe is not being very helpful today. I can talk about baseball cards. I can talk about maybe doing some baking. So those are a few ideas that I have for my story problems. Zoe, I'm really sorry, you guys. So my first problem is 14 times 8. I'm going to go put Zoe upstairs. So hold on. Okay. Zoe's upstairs. I'm back. So, as I was saying, we want to make sure that we are brainstorming ideas so we know what we're going to write about with our story problem. So, that first one is 14 times 8. So, if I'm trying to think about this, I can think of this as 14 8 times. So, I have my 14 and I have it 8 times. So, I want to think about what kind of makes sense with real life things that I know 14 times 8. And when I think about 14, I think I'm going to use that first brownies example. And I'm going to be making a ton of brownies for people. So I can say, right here's where I'm going to type my answer or my story problem. Excuse me, I'm going to say Mrs. because I'm writing the story problem. You guys can have whoever you want in your story. Mrs. Beatty is making 8 plates of brownies, and each brownie or each plate, right? I'm thinking about my picture. I have 8 plates, and how many brownies are going to be on each plate? Yeah, 14. And each plate has 14 brownies. Whoa. Mrs. B is making 8 plates of brownies, and each plate has 14 brownies on it. How many brownies did Mrs. B make in all? So what I can think about is as I'm typing this, I should be able to use my equation to solve it. So I would have my 8 plates with 14 brownies on each, and to find the total, I would multiply 8 times 14 or 14 times 8. All right, my next one is 9 times 12. So I have some ideas here that I can use, or I can use something different. But I think I'm going to write about flowers. So I'm going to say Mrs. B has 9 rows of flowers. Each row has 12. So again, I'm using my information. I'm thinking about if I have 9 rows of flowers, and I'm going to do 9 times 12. I need 12 in each of these. Right? I have 9 rows and 12 in each to match my 9 times 12. So Mrs. Beatty has 9 rows of flowers. Each row has 12. Let's do sunflowers. I really like sunflowers. Each row has 12 sunflowers in it. How many sunflowers does Mrs. B have in her garden? Do I have a garden at my house? No, but this is just pretend story problems. So what will happen is you guys are going to have two equations ready for you. So I had 14 times 8, and then I had 9 times 12. So you will need to write two story problems with the two equations that I assign you, and then you are going to have your choice. So what that means for your choice is you get to pick the equation. So maybe you want to do 13 times 5 or 2 times 14. Whatever you guys want to do, you get to pick. And then down here, you have to write your own story problem. So using the numbers that you picked, you are going to write your story problem. And then tomorrow, I will collect all these and you're going to solve each other's story problems. So I really hope you guys have fun with this. If you need anything, let me know. But again, we are working on writing story problems for multiplication this week. Have a good day. Bye, guys.